Hello and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the South Park Center and I'm here with Perez with her movie Glimpse. Let's take a look at the clip.
Message to Wednesday, June 17th, 2015, 4:05 p.m.
Ernest? Baby, how come you never answer the damn phone? Donna left me a few hours ago and she hasn't come back. She left me with all these babies, all these kids. So you know what that means. You know what that means.
I'm so grateful to have you here. And thank you very much to have your film with us at New Filmmakers.
Oh, thank you for having me.
For those that haven't seen it, tell us a brief synopsis of your film.
Well, Glimpse is really about a man named Ernest. He's an elder gentleman who we're not quite sure whether he's struggling with Alzheimer's, but we can tell that his mind is kind of sort of going. And he's getting ready for the day. And as he's getting ready for the day, the audience is also listening to the last 3 voice messages his wife left for him before she passed. And that's how you figure out how she died.
It was so touching, you know. I think, you know, the great thing about your film, it was just a lot of people maybe can relate, but also the fact that, you know, we're all going to go through certain things in our lives where we're going to face those things. Where did the inspiration come for you in creating this particular story?
You know, Glimpse had gone through a lot of different variations. One thing I know I wanted to do is I wanted to do a piece that not only focused on great performances without sound and great sound without presence. Like I wanted somebody who was there with voice only and someone who was there just physically without voice, and to see about marrying the two. And one of the things that kept coming back to me, because one of my dear friends lost someone at the Mother Emanuel shooting. And so as I started thinking about loss, and then I would go to, and then I lost a friend and I would go to his Facebook page and people were still posting like he was still there. And I said, this is a great way to marry these 2 stories about loss and how sometimes, even though someone is gone, for us, the public, we're like, oh, thoughts and prayers, bye. But there's some people who are still sitting in that. And so that's how it came about. There were I shot different things and different sorts of footage, and then this is where it rested for me. As like I needed something that had meaning, you know, and just to get a glimpse at loss.
And I love how, you know, he didn't need any dialogue, you know, he's such powerful in his emotions and his actions and such a great actor, and just with the voicemail, you know, you could just feel his emotions and what he was going through. You had a terrific cast, like really. How was that process for you?
You know, I mean, every director, whether it's Jodie Foster, David Fincher, when you research and when you study with all these guys, the one thing they keep telling you is casting. And that process was, I knew from the beginning, I knew I was going to have a problem getting an older black male who looked the age I wanted. So if I said, give me 60-year-old, I know they would be 60 genuinely, but they would look 40.
Yeah.
So
when you got it, you've got it, right? You know.
I know, but sometimes I'm like, I just really want you to age so that when I say 60, you actually look 60. And then a friend of mine, Wanjiru Jendu, actually, who's also a director, she was like, oh, how about Lenny Juma, who is actually Kenyan, who happened to just have arrived in the United States.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I know. So I'm just like, dude, send me a picture. So he took this, bless his heart, he took this Polaroid. I have to tell you, Lenny didn't even own a black suit. Like nothing. I was like, I need you in a suit.
Bless
like,
him.
I don't have a black suit. But then he takes this picture and I'm like, oh yeah.
It was a match made in heaven.
Yeah, it's your face.
That's amazing that he was just here and you made that film because you couldn't even imagine anyone else playing it. He played it so well. What was some of the challenges that you faced in making it?
You know, I think as always, financing is always a tricky thing, and when you're doing short films and you're self-financing. So for me, one of the most difficult things was just making sure I had the money, because I wanted to make sure everybody got paid. I've always believed that how you start something is how you're going to end your career, and I don't know why, I just like having people paid. Pay your crew, pay them. Not just feed them, but pay them. Show them that you value what they're doing. I mean, some people who are giving up a Saturday, a Sunday to come and do this for you. So that was really, I think, and then what else? I don't really think I had any kind of stress, especially not, oh, by the way, oh, I forget this. So, who knows? So we were going along really well. I mean, we were shooting, we were ahead of schedule. I was like, my God, this is, I'm really good at this. This crew is happening.
Yes, you are.
Then we got to that scene. There's always that one scene.
Yeah,
I had to cut it out of the whole film
Oh,
because
no.
we just couldn't get the scene.
Yeah.
We were there for hours in this little bathroom. Everybody was sweating. There was too much steam. I was just like, you know what? Sometimes you just have to know when to be like, X that scene. We'll figure out a way to work around it.
That's a really good point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're stuck in a bathroom,
Yeah.
7 people deep. And it's
Yeah.
just, it's ridiculous. you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that was one scene where just like, you have to like, that's one of the things about directing is you have to be, you're cutting a movie as you're shooting it. And I was like, okay, that, we don't need that.
I think that's such a really good thing because many people are very afraid to like, oh no, I can't because I love that scene. But you know, again, it's good to know when that is when okay, we're just going to move on and it's fine and it's good. I think one thing that again, you mentioned about kind of when people pass away and going for experiences yourself and people that you know. There's something really wonderful about when you open up something personal to you and share with an audience. And, because everyone is either going to be relating to that, feeling his pain, but also maybe things they've gone through as well, which leaves a lovely morality that you've kind of left us to sort of appreciate, love and people. What was that experience like at New Filmmakers LA to have it in front of an audience and kind of get that feeling?
Okay, this is going to be interesting, but this is the first time I've watched in front of an audience that was not the cast and crew.
Oh, wow.
This was the first time I was
How was
watching
that
it.
for you?
There was my boyfriend, I think, was more nervous than I was.
Oh.
And so I just kind of like, kind of pretended I wasn't nervous by like putting my head on his shoulder, like, oh, I'm good, I'm good. But it was interesting watching. I love it sometimes when there's silence, because I know sometimes when people, for some filmmakers, they get nervous when the audience is silent, but I like that.
Yeah.
I like when the audience is silent.
Yeah.
And then a moment comes when Bertha makes that statement when she gets to the church. I instinctively knew that was going to be the exhale in that whole sequence, and it came, and I was like, okay, good. And because right after that exhale, there's like all that coming after it, and it was a wonderful experience to watch it. Even my boyfriend was like, it was so amazing just watching it in that theater with an audience of people who've not seen it before.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about, sometimes you learn a lot about storytelling by watching the audience reaction to the piece. And by watching it with the New Filmmakers at the specific festival, I was very grateful for the fact that it was only 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
Because I realized that's just how long that story needed to be. It didn't need
Well,
to be
it's
long.
also amazing how you can capture a story and capture our hearts in 6 minutes
6
also
minutes.
as well. It's credit to you.
Yeah.
What's next for you?
Well, I have 2 features now.
Oh, okay.
that I am because you have to just keep writing.
Right, of course.
And you can't just write one because you might write that one, and if someone's like, I don't want to fund this one, but if you have 2. So I have 2 features that are now going. They're both in some level of pre-production. Now we're just looking for funding.
Yeah.
There's one with an EP attached who's like this, I don't like name dropping, but
Great guy.
great guy from Berlin. That's why I work there.
Fantastic.
And so so those are the 2 things happening right now. Yeah.
I feel like I love it when you have this conversation. I feel like I'm learning so much from you and you've given us such great advice. Is there a piece of advice that you've had in your filmmaking career thus far that you either follow or something that you would like to share with any filmmaker out there as well?
One thing, because I said this on the stage yesterday, one of the most important things I think for every filmmaker, every storyteller, is this entire journey is about you learning about who you are as a storyteller, period, and how you work. It's not about how everybody else works, it's how you work, what makes you anxious, and how to preempt your anxiety. Because I had a situation where I was trying to get something out of one of my crew members, without realizing that it was not about him. It's about how I work. And in order for me to get what I needed from him, I needed to go do my job, which is go do what you need to do. I mean, I know this is so vague, but the reason why it's vague is because I can't say who it is, because then I got people calling me.
Yeah, of course.
But I just realized that you have to manage your own anxiety as a creative. And if there's something you're not getting out of a specific person, then maybe it's either something you need to do on your own, or you need to find a better way to communicate it.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Those are the 2 things. And know when to leave, Oh, here's another thing. Please hire in every department people who are better than you. Please. Because that's the only way you get better. Your DP has to blow your mind. Your editor has to blow your mind. Their body of work, you have to be like, you have to be intimidated by what they can do. That's how you get excellence.
Okay, is this a TED Talk? I think it is. Yeah. No, that was,
No,
Perez, that is wonderful and really important, valuable advice. I absolutely love that. And I think managing your own anxiety as well is such a wondrous thing, you know, and I always like being the least, intelligent person in the room. People know better, my job's better than me. Yep. So, well, listen, thank you so much. We love your work. Please come back with more things, and best and congratulations on your current project, and looking forward to your next 2 features as well.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.